guys, it is Nicole Veronica here, back with another video. I hope you're all well and keeping safe. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some things to consider about whether or not you should study full-time or part-time, because I have received some questions about this from friends, from some of my subscribers, and some people are a bit skeptical. And as I've done full-time study and part-time study, I thought I would share some insights and some things I learned along the way just to help you guys out and to give you guys a little bit more insight if that was something you're thinking of doing. Like always, please make sure to give this video a massive thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. Comment down below any suggestions, and without further ado, let's get into the video. In terms of studying part-time, this is more typical for master's students. However, it's not unheard of for undergraduate students. Studying part-time can range from studying part-time for 2 years to 5 years. Really depends on the course and depends on the individual, their journey, and how they are choosing to study. A lot of typical reasons for some people may be working alongside studying, others family commitments. You know, everyone's individual journey is super different with this, and it's about exploring the best option for you. The first thing to think about when deciding whether to study part-time or full-time is to think about the finances of funding it all. A more accessible way to fund the course is to do the course part-time, so you're paying less installments of the tuition fees over a long period of time. But something to consider is also the fact that you'll be paying for accommodation. If you're not a home student for that city or in that area and you're traveling to the university or you're staying on campus, you will be paying for the extra year of staying in an accommodation, staying in that environment, in that study environment. So that is something to consider. However, if you are doing it from home or you're locally to the university, you have more time to be paying the tuition fee. So there's sort of that factor of cost as, right, part-time, longer to pay off the tuition fee, but there's also the costs of like travel, accommodation, really depending on that situation. Whereas full-time, you just kind of get it out in one whack and that's it, it's kind of done straight away, but obviously a higher cost up front. The second point to consider is, does the course that you do even offer part-time? So you need to go on the course website, because some of the course websites for the universities, they say does not offer part-time, does not offer part-time, or like recommended full-time. And if there was a course that said recommended full-time and you were thinking of doing part-time, don't shy away. Definitely email the university, call them and say, is there a specific reason as to why? Explain your circumstances and see if there is a way that you'd be able to do part-time study. The third thing to consider, which I learnt through working full-time and studying part-time, is the job you're doing alongside your studies, if you are studying alongside, is it suitable and flexible to cater to the academic needs of your course? So is there flexibility for you to attend certain lectures or seminars in person? How about you taking time off of work during assessment period, deadline periods? How flexible is it? Because obviously your job is important, but ultimately the goal is to get that degree, to get that master's, whatever that qualification is. So that is definitely something to factor in, just looking at the flexibility of the job, being transparent and upfront with your employer if you feel comfortable to do so, and just kind of looking at the yearly roadmap. If, for example, you were working in a school, do those kind of school timetables and deadlines align with yours? The 6-week holiday, is that good for you to have some time off, and then you're kind of getting to do your coursework, your dissertation and things like that? So just bear that in mind in terms of the type of jobs that you will be having alongside. The fourth thing to consider is, can you balance both? And I thought, yeah, part-time, like obviously it's not going to be as intense as full-time, but honestly it was very intense doing a part-time master's alongside work. I was working sometimes 7 to 6, come home and then have to do my work, and I'd be absolutely mentally and physically knackered, so tired. So that is something to bear in mind and just think about. Can you do both? And is there another way to go around it? Do you need to do it over 3 years instead of 2 years? How does that look for you and your own working schedule, your own abilities? So just to finish, I'm going to give you guys some pros and cons to think about and some things that I have reflected on through my time of doing full-time and part-time studying alongside working, just to give you guys some food for thought and hopefully help you with your decision process. So the pros of doing part-time study is if you are indecisive like myself, not 100% sure of what you want to do, part-time allows you that time to figure out what you want to do. It gives you the space and it gives you the physical time to be productive and proactive, but the pressure's off your shoulders because you're like, okay, cool, I've got 2 years to figure it out while I'm studying, while I'm exploring my options. Another positive of part-time is the assessments are spread out. So obviously, say for example, using a master's as this example to explain, with the master's year, everything is crammed into that year or just under a year. Whereas if you did the part-time master's over 2 or 3 years, you'd have one assignment within every 3 months or something like that, or like 2 assignments each term, or like an assignment each term, and it gives you a lot of time to really focus and just be really honed in, tunnel vision on that one specific assignment, and you take it at your own pace, you take it one step at a time. I'd say the cons to doing the part-time study is if you are working alongside, it is that balancing act, balancing of your time, also of your energy, feeling very tired and just physically drained, because not only do you have to balance the studying and the actual work, it's also your own well-being and socializing, the fun things, the holidays. Is kind of, that is also something to factor in. Also, what some people don't think about is the fact that you're in that student environment but you're working a full-time job, so it's kind of that balancing act and sort of saying yes to things and saying no to a lot of things as well. Additionally, if you are traveling into the place or the city where the university is and you're staying on campus, it is another year of paying rent, another year of paying bills and fees and all those kind of things. So it's just kind of weighing up the pros and cons, and once again, as I said before, it's figuring out what is best for you. I really hope that was helpful. Any questions, please comment down below, or feel free to send me an Instagram DM. I answer all my Instagram DMs. Make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.